Watch out now, watch out now. Howdy, hey guys, welcome back. Got another video, man. We're still working on the shed, guys, and in this video we're going to be prepping these windows. I purchased these windows on Facebook Marketplace and I paid $20 for them. And initially I was confused. You know, I'm not a, like I say in all my videos, I'm not a professional at construction working or anything that I really do. I'm not a professional, so definitely don't quote me on anything. Definitely don't do exactly what I do. Make sure that you talk to a professional before you do anything. This side has the screen on it, and this side, which is the raised profile side, will be the outside, which to me is kind of backwards. So I was really confused on how I was going to mount this window, but I'm going to mount it exactly how it seems to be, and hopefully once I put all my trim pieces on, this raised side wouldn't look crazy on the building. So like I said, these are repurposed windows, so they still have the caulking and everything on them. But in today's video, I'm gonna be prepping these windows, pretty much sanding them down, and I'm gonna paint them white. I'm gonna mask off everything and paint them white on both sides. All right, I wanted to change my view, guys, so that you can see everything that I'm talking about. So currently I don't have my windows cut out, the area for my windows cut out, nor do I have them framed. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We're about to get to it. I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse, and we're gonna get these windows cleaned up first, and then we're gonna go on another time lapse, and I'm gonna determine and mark out exactly where I'm gonna put this window, snap me a chalk line, and we're gonna go ahead and get them cut out. Ain't no need in waiting. Let's get to it, man. Appreciate you guys for watching the channel. Appreciate you guys for tuning into the channel. Appreciate you guys for sharing and liking and subscribing. Make sure y'all continually subscribe. Press the bell notification down there to be notified every time we post a video. And if some of this look familiar, it's because you probably seen some of it on another video that I just recorded, and you're probably gonna see that video before you see this one. So it's all right, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna get on this time lapse and get these windows sanded down and get them painted, get our holes cut out and framed up. And I probably won't go into full details of how I frame out this window. I just go put on a time lapse and we'll frame it out and get everything done. But make sure y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so back on the window. I don't know if you can see all my chalk lines that I snapped. You can see there, here, and here. I don't know how good it's showing up on camera, but that's my chalk line of my window cutout that I'm gonna cut. And basically what I did was, this is my window. I painted one of them and I didn't paint the other one yet, but this is the other one, and all I did was I took all the windows out and everything out and just basically took it apart. So I just have just a frame, and I took the frame and I placed it exactly where I wanted it. And what only thing I really was looking for, and I think I told you guys when I was putting up my siding that I should have went back and verified that my building was fully square, and this particular side isn't as square as the rest of the building. So this side is kind of like cocked this way at the top, so it's not really square. So at first I ended up putting my window up and I had it leveled, and from looking at the wall it looked like my window was twist up. So what I did was I just went back and put my window up where it would be flush with this wall, and I just took a measurement from my door to here, and I'm gonna try to put that same measurement on the opposite side from my door to the window, and everything should line up pretty good. And what I did was I just put this up and I traced it out with a pencil, traced out the inside with a pencil, and I just came back and took a measurement just to verify that what I traced out was correct. And after I took that measurement, this is the inside of the window. So what I traced was this outer edge here, outer edge here. And what I did was I just took a measurement from here to this little groove here, so that when I do put my window in, I have a little bit of aluminum showing on the inside, just to give me a little bit of comfort and give me something that I can put a silicone or some caulk on, so that I know it's good and sealed up. At first I was just going to cut it out flush, but I just made the decision that it'll be easier for me to fill in gaps in the inside if I have a edge to put the caulk on. So basically that's why I went back, because I wanted an edge that I could put that silicone on. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse, and I'm gonna cut this side out, and y'all pray that it all goes well, because there's no turning back once you start cutting. I've already measured, so I continually say I'm not a professional, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it cut out and put you guys on a time lapse of me cutting it out, and we're gonna go ahead and get it framed. And so we're gonna go ahead and set you guys up on a time lapse, and we're gonna get this cut out, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the last stud free, and that should pop out. That's it. All right, guys, so the next thing what we'll be doing is we'll be trimming these all down 1.5 inches. And the reason you want to trim them down 1.5 inches is because now we have to frame out this window. So in order to frame out this window, we would need a piece of 2x4, and of course a 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So we'll need to adjust all of these studs down to 1.5 inches less than what they are. This one I've already done, but I'm gonna have to clean it up just a little bit. But as you can see, after we do that, it'll fit flush with the cutout that we have. And I do the same thing with the top. We'll get to framing it out, and then what we're gonna do is, after we frame out the bottom, I'll show you guys how we're gonna frame out the top and the sides. So I'll be right back, guys. Now that you have the bottom good to go, and we're gonna do the same for the top. For the top, I'm gonna get a measurement from here, from this stud. And because I double up on the stud, and the reason that I doubled up on this stud here is because when I put my outside sheathing on, my nails weren't quite lining up. And that goes all the way back to, because my builder wasn't square on this side wasn't square, it threw a bunch of my studs off. So all I did was added another piece to the stud, so on the outside I have something to nail to. So on this one, on the top, we're gonna run a tape measure from here all the way across to that one. And once we get that, I get that one and put up there, and I think that measurement is 40 and something, 40 and 5/8 or something like that. This cut is for that top piece. This is gonna be 40 and 5/8 of an inch. So we go ahead and get that one cut. And because I cut these out, I'm gonna cut a square. I'm gonna cut this end flush so it'll be square on this end. Gotta get a battery. Multi-purpose tool, whatever you wanna call it. I got a nail on this end, so I'm gonna cut from that side, just to square it up. And I just use my speed square. Then that'll give me a 90-degree angle, straight cut. Make sure your battery's charged. So that's 40 and 5/8. Cut that off. We test fit it. Hopefully you guys can see. Fits a little tight, and the only thing I do with that is I just go back and grind and shave a little bit off the edges. I mean, we want it to fit real tight and snug, but we don't want it to fit that tight. So I go ahead and snug the edges, just take a little bit off of one of the edges, and we'll be good to go. Damn, guys, I know I didn't show you guys me installing this, but this is this window, and don't be afraid of that silicone that I got everywhere. I'm gonna probably clean that up in a few right before it gets hard. I'm gonna go back and clean all of that up, like all of that spatter that I got everywhere. I clean that up. And what I did was I caulked the sides. Before I put the window in, I caulked the sides on the back of the window, and I caulked the actual siding. But I did not run caulk along the bottom. I screwed the bottom in only because the way these windows are installed, I screwed them in, but any water that gets in, it still will come from up under it. I'm just not gonna silicone the outside. Now I'm gonna go in the inside and silicone the inside, or caulk the inside and the top. And what I'm gonna do is I use flashing tape, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put flashing tape along the top, going down the sides, and none at the bottom. And then when I put my trim up, my trim will cover everything up. So this is one window installed, and the reason it looks like this is because I still have some paint that just came on this part of it, but I can easily scrape that off. But this is the window installed from the outside, and I'll go on the inside and show you the inside. All right, guys, this is the inside install. So now this is the mistake that I wish that I paid attention to when I was installing the window before I started screwing it down. But I wanted the top of the window to come down here and be flush with my cutout, but that's not what happened. I ended up putting my window up a little too far, but it's okay. It's still functional, and it still will work. But it just was gonna make it easier for me to seal it. As far as the inside, as far as putting silicone in the inside, it would have made it easier for me to seal the inside. But it's okay. Like I said, it's okay. The window is fine. This is the bottom, and this is the flashing that I said I used. And the reason that I use flashing is because just for any water that does get in, it won't rot out. my framing, my studs. And I'm gonna put a little, if you can. All right, guys, it's a whole nother day. My SD card ran out of space, so I'm not really sure where it cut off and what I was doing the last time. But I cut this side out. You guys already saw this side, and this is the finished product on this side, and I think I did show that in the last clip, but I'm not sure. This is the final look for this side. And what I did was exactly what I cut out of this window, I brought to this window, and the only thing that I've done was I took that same template, placed it up here, traced it out, and I just took my circular saw and cut it out. So I'm in the process of framing it up now, and this was last weekend. Well, for you guys it'll just been the last little clip that I post, but for me physically this is the next weekend. All right, guys, I'm back, and I've got everything cut now for the framing. I'm gonna go ahead and get my nail gun, and we're gonna get it nailed in. And like I said, guys, in all my videos, not a professional, I'm an amateur at all of this. This is the first time doing any of this type of stuff. So as far as my framing goes, you know, I could be wrong, but it's all right. It's gonna be all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my nail gun, and we're gonna get the nailing. From the top on this end and that end, and then I have one more that goes from here back to the top plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the ladder and do that, and I'll come back to you guys when I got it done. Next thing we're gonna do is install I think it's called flashing tape. And basically what that flashing tape is basically to have like a moisture barrier so that you don't rot out your window frame. So we're gonna get the flashing tape and we're gonna run it down the sides, on both sides, and on the bottom. We won't need any on the top because you won't have water just sitting on the top. So we'll run it down the sides, the bottom, and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and we're gonna get that flashing tape installed. I'll be right back. You just want to rub it to get it to stick, and that's it. All right, guys, the next thing we'll be doing is putting silicone on the window, getting it ready to install. Be right back. All right, guys, so I'm by myself. So what I'm gonna do is, well, what I did was I put these two pieces of 2x4 up, and you can see one there and there's another one right there. And the reason I put those up is because I'm by myself and I don't have anybody to help me hold this window. I put those up there, and hopefully there was a grab hold to the top of the window in here and hold it up for me so that I can adjust it and make sure it's good and come back outside and screw it. So we're gonna go ahead and get some silicone put on. And there's nothing special to this silicone. This is just outdoor silicone. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it put around the window. And when I put the silicone on, I'm only gonna do the top, the sides, just the top and the sides. I'm not gonna silicone the bottom. And the same with the window frame. I'm gonna silicone around the top and the sides. I'm not gonna silicone the bottom. Guys, I like the way it look in the inside already, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws in it. Put one here to hold it. Put one on the other side just to hold it. I'm gonna go back. All right, guys. So that's the window install. And I know, you know, I still have tape that's still on it, but all I do is go get me a razor blade, take my razor blade and scrape all that off. Just like you still see this paint here, I can take my razor blade and scrape all that paint off with no problem. But guys, these are actually windows that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I bought 2 windows for $20, and I think they're old mobile home windows. I took my grinder and cleaned it all up. I took all the old silicone and everything that was on it off of it, and I ended up painting them white just to make them look a little better than they were. I think they look a whole lot better than them just being aluminum. So the white definitely looks a whole lot better. And that's the install from the outside. And if you look at the shed, I mean, I'm not a professional or anything. I could tell that this one is a little higher than that one, but you know, from a fast glance and just looking at it, you can't really tell. It's not like a huge difference. I mean, there is a difference, but it's not huge. But it's good enough for me, man. So guys, I thank you guys for watching the window install. The next thing we'll be working on is tackling these doors. So I have a door here and I have a door on the other side. And basically, if you guys stay tuned to the next video, you'll see what I do with them doors. Man, I thank you guys for always watching the videos, commenting in the videos. I love the comments because sometimes I learn things that I don't know, and also get other people's opinions and what, you know, they think may be easier. And you know, I like different people's opinions. Now, just don't criticize me too bad to the point where you're trying to hurt my feelings. But I like, you know, different opinions and different suggestions on how I should have done things. I like that. So make sure you guys go ahead and like the video, comment in the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure y'all just support us, man. Watch our videos, watch our shorts, go on our TikTok, Steph Diesel, watch our TikToks. And we don't have a Facebook at the moment as I'm currently recording this video, but we're gonna have a Facebook, and you're gonna find us on Facebook at the same name, Steph Diesel, everywhere, man. And also on Snapchat too. Follow us on Snapchat, and my Snapchat is a little more personal, but I still post a lot of other things on Snapchat too. So thank you guys. You basically watch us start to finish, cut these windows out. Now, you didn't see me cut all of them out, but you did see me cut the first one out. Cut them out, prep the windows, paint the windows, framed all the windows, and got everything good to go. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into the channel, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, do everything, comment, and thank you guys. And guess what? Peace.